Hey, we got booted for for the 60-minute limit, which is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, this is only the second time I've ever done this, so I didn't realize that.
Yeah, no, sometimes it gives you a warning, and then other times it doesn't. And like, so you get talking, and then you're like, oh fuck, we're gonna go over for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were saying the Death Cross, you're just waiting on the vocals, and you're going to be doing some vocals with Patton.
Yeah, I mean I mean we'll see what happens. He really wants me to sing a lot on it, so we'll see how that goes. I think he wants it to be like, you know, sonically more violent, you know, which is cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So get more like sort of hardcore screaming and
yeah.
as well. Yeah, it's a yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'd be cool. We
Yeah,
get
I mean,
two different vocals styles together.
and the music is finally thought out. I mean, when we recorded the album, like we didn't know what we were doing, you know, and we were just kind of like we didn't even have all the songs written until we got, you know, in the studio and started writing. So, yeah, we'll see when it happens.
Yeah, for sure. And just checking. There was someone else had another question, but I've lost that one. LOCUST Dead and Gone Tour 2021.
That would be cool. We actually were supposed to play some shows with them, but then I don't know something came up, and then we weren't able to do that. It was like really rushed, and so we weren't able to do it. But yeah, I love Dead and Gone, and I'm glad they played recently, and I would love to play with them again. They're one of my favorite bands.
Yes. Conan, what was your question about Reptoid?
About what?
Conan has asked if you've heard a band called Reptoid.
Yeah, of course. Oh, they're so cool.
Yeah.
Well, he is so cool. It's like a one-man band.
Yeah.
Yes, love that guy. I love his band. It's cool.
I don't think I've heard it. What's it like?
I don't know. I hate saying it sounds like this or that, but it's like it has that like sort of.
I'll have to look it up.
Like, you know, it's like a like. I don't want to say it because then I don't want to compare it to something. It's just unique. It's crazy insane what he does on his own. Yeah, it's rad.
Yeah. Cool. I'm definitely putting that on my list to check.
Cool.
As well. Any other questions from anyone else? Quite a few people popping in as well. I guess I was gonna say, like, what else is happening on 31G? Like, are you putting other stuff out for, you know, in the foreseeable future?
Sure, yeah. Well, we just released the Cramps tribute album that came out about a month ago, and then we're about to release this Death Eyes EP, which is the last thing that they did because their singer unfortunately passed away. So we're releasing an EP of theirs, and then there's a couple other things I'm working on that I don't want to talk about just yet. But yeah, I mean, there's
got to keep some things under wraps.
Well, we're doing some reissues, or we're doing represses of like a bunch of older stuff. So I don't know, it like just shit that's like sort of like the DNA of the label, you know, like the like sort of legendary bands that we put out. Like, we're just going to start reissuing some of the older stuff. So
someone's asking, did Justin ever get his PLL pedal back from that dude?
Yes, I have it. Yeah, so I have it. It works, and I actually have two backup ones, and they're not the same. They're not the Schumann PLL, so they're not the same, but they work, and I totally need it for the Locust Safety Second Body Last. If I don't have it, we can't play that song. So
yeah.
And
have you got any new effects, pedals, or noisemakers that you're super psyched on?
There's always cool shit. I mean, there's the data corruptor, which is like the Earthquaker data corruptors, the sort of like PLL replica. That thing is pretty sick. I just got a bunch. I got a couple other things too. I don't know. Like, there's always like there's always there's too many rad pedals, especially now,
things,
like
yeah.
with boutique companies and stuff. So I don't
There's
know.
so much, and people getting custom stuff as well. So
They
many
what?
like getting custom, like
Oh
so
yeah,
many places are just doing custom pedals for, you know, for particular people and stuff. So it's
yeah.
like crazy town. Um, there's a question about RETOX. So, what happened with RETOX? It seemed like you guys started pre-production, but I know Michael got sick, and it seemed to hit the back burner to Dead Cross. And
Sort of. I think it was just long, kind of like it was like running out of steam, and I don't know. Yeah, it's not a band anymore. So that it's like I think you know, Mike Crane started doing Cunts, and I started doing Def Club, and I think that's kind of what happened from there.
Yeah.
And
how's it going with the new guitar? 6 strings is a lot, but I think you got it.
I can't like yeah. So here I got it's that guitar.
Yeah.
And it's rad. I can't. I'm just not. I mean, I can play like a little bit, but I can't like rip on it. You know, like I'll watch like you know, I don't know, guitar players just play fucking cool ass shit, and I can't do it. I can play cool shit on bass, but not on guitar. So.
Not on guitar, yeah.
I'll get there eventually.
Someone wants to know when Death Club are going to head down to Oregon, Portland.
We were supposed to, but the pandemic happened. So
yeah.
As soon as you know live music happens again, I guess we'll probably do a tour. But you know, like now we're you know making a lot of headway on getting our LP done. I think it'll be more effective to be a touring band with the proper record out. So
yeah.
But Portland's not far, so that'll be like probably the first place we end up going. You know?
Going to, yeah.
Yeah.
And a question about Brain Tourniquet / Slug release.
Yeah, I'm not on that cassette. That was actually Gravity Records #1. So Brain Tourniquet was a couple people from Struggle, not me, and then they had a tour booked, and their bass player was 15, and his mom wouldn't let him go on tour. And
bless.
I was 15, and my mom did let me go on tour.
Yeah, your mom's cool.
Yeah, so I joined the band. We did the tour, and we were actually supposed to record and put a 7-inch out on Lookout Records, and then we just broke up. So no Brain Tourniquet. But I think that Corey Lindstrom is one of the raddest hardcore singers. Oddly enough, I listened to End of the Line, which is the singer the band he sang in, about an hour ago. So yeah, Corey, Brain Tourniquet, and then Slug was the other side, which was like kind of weird too. That had like people from Heroin and
did I call it Slug? Probably did.
It's spelled Slug with like the 2 dots over the U, so Slug.
Oh yeah, Slug, yeah.
But it had like someone from Dry Lake Jehu in it and stuff like that, you know. So it's pretty like weird shit. But yeah, that was Gravity #1. And then I also saw someone said that Tommy Meehan joined Def Club, and that is a yes. And he's like that guy is like a secret weapon. The stuff he's playing on guitar is blowing my mind. I'm like so psyched that he's in the band. So yeah, he's in Def Club.
What else? Got quite a few coming. Oh, someone's asking about Some Girls. It's a dream.
It's over.
It's a dead dream.
Yeah.
Like that was a question everyone kept asking me, like when I first announced that we were going to be talking, and I was like, it's a dead dream, guys. Give it up. Because everyone's always like, when are Some Girls come to Australia? I'm like, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
I mean, I don't think like anybody like I don't think we all get along. I'll leave it at that. So.
Leave it at that, yeah. That was like a kind of, and I think everyone who's in Some Girls has moved in like very different directions.
Yeah.
As well, you know.
Yeah.
So someone's asking about new LOCUST material, which we've already talked about. And Tommy Meehan, yeah. Let's see. Oh, someone was asking about a particular band. That one. That was a good one.
That was funny.
Interested on your thoughts about Clickety Tat Ikatawi.
Yeah, Clickety Tat Ikatawi. Well, that band has one of the best drummers, Mario Rubalcaba, playing drums. That shit was like next level, blew my mind before anybody could like even wrap their heads around what it was. So I totally love that band. I wish I was in a band like Click Attack Towie when I was like 18 or 19 or whenever they existed, and I still wish I was in a band. I wish I was in a band with Mario and Bacaba, basically. That dude.
Mario's a mate of mine, a good mate of mine. Do you
Yeah.
like all those guys in
Yeah.
I love San Diego. I'm
Oh.
dying to come back. Best burritos I've ever fucking had. But Mario's amazing. I've seen him play in Rocket from the Crypt, Off, Faceless. Like, he's just fucking a gun.
And I mean, not only is he super talented,
and Hot Snakes,
yeah,
like
but also he's not super talented, but he's like the raddest skater, and then he's just an awesome dude.
I was gonna mention that Thrasher, and you love skating and all that kind of shit as well, which is something that I really like. I've always really gotten into.
But it's kind of crazy. It's like, who gets to be like a ripping skater and a ripping drummer and a totally cool dude? Like that's like a unicorn.
He's the all three, and he's like he's a fucking rad dude. Like I don't think anyone could come up with one single bad word about the dude.
Not at all.
He's just like, so fun. And I love San Diego, and it just reminds me, like, every time you say it, I'm like, fuck, I miss it. I don't know what this is. There's some interesting ones here. Love to hear about the Locust tour with where Dave Scott Stone came.
Yeah, he joined the Locust for a tour. It's kind of a weird thing. Like we all love Dave, and I don't know how it came about, but he was like, let me like integrate into the band, because so he kind of presented an idea to play with us or to collaborate with us, and we had been offered to do this festival, and we needed we were contractually supposed to play 45 minutes, and that's a long time for us. Well, it was at the time. And we didn't really want to bring back old songs. So we were like, let's make some new shit, or like make some parts longer. And so he joined the band for the tour, and we made our set longer, but we ended up like sort of working on these weird interludes or like longer sort of soundscapes. And that was what ended up becoming the sort of writing inspiration for Safety Second, Body Last. So in that 1 minute or 1 10-minute long song, there's these long chunks of stuff that kind of were influenced by having Dave be part of the band for that tour. So but he left the band after, like, he leaves every other band and stuff like that. So but I love Dave, and we recently collaborated on a Planet B song with him too. So he's going to be on the new Planet B record on one of the songs.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So are you able to say like who any of the other people that are going to be on the Planet B
on the record? Well, we're barely like, we don't have that many songs done yet. So I don't know. I mean, maybe there'll be other people on it. This friend of ours, Heather, who goes by Crow Jane, she's like she's in Prissy Whip and Egrets on Ergot. She's on one of the songs, which so far is probably my favorite track. But and she's on it singing with me, so that there's that. But there's like, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, we only have like 4 or maybe 5 songs done for the album, so we have a ways to go still.
Cool. And then what is Justin's favorite thing to order from Heartwork?
I mean, I get coffee with oat milk, I don't know, like, it's funny because I didn't, so
I have no idea what Heartwork is, by the way.
Oh, it's a coffee shop that's owned by, it's owned by a bunch of people, but it's owned by Rob Moran from Unbroken and Some Girls and stuff.
What is it with all these bands with coffee shops?
I don't know, but that place is
it's a thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
place is the jam.
Cool. There we go. So down that Justin is down with skating,
There was a
seeing
big
posts about
a
it.
protest today, actually, a Black Lives Matter protest that was all like about skateboarding. It was insane, like to see that many people skateboarding today. It was really, really inspiring. It was rad
Cool.
on so many levels, but it was cool for sure.
Yeah. Um, how ask how much he likes Gabe's baby.
Oh, he's got 2 kids, but I love his kids a lot. Who asked that? That's so funny.
Aaron Cameron
Oh,
Buster 01.
I could have. I thought maybe Gabe's wife was asking.
No,
Yeah. No, she wouldn't
just
have said Gabe's baby though. But yeah,
yeah, yeah. How's Gabe's baby? It's
his
not
son is
mine.
brilliant. He's just so cute and like I don't know, like he seems like too chill for a baby. It's wild. So
Yeah,
it's cool. He's a rad kid. I'm really happy for their family. Yeah, he's cool.
yeah. Someone wants to know, what was the story behind the tour with Bloody Beetroots?
Well, I can tell you to go buy my book, How to Lose Friends and Irritate People, and it tells all about it. Probably a little bit too much, but yeah, I don't know. They wanted like to be punk, and so they got like a dude to scream, and it was really fucking embarrassing for me. But I did it, and I got to go to Australia, and like
Yeah.
I got like a 5 days off in Byron Bay. That was really awesome. Like I never like go on tour and get to like hang out and not have to like tour, so that was cool. But it was no offense to Bob Refo or anything, but it was really cheesy. It was totally cheesy and not something I was comfortable with. But I did it and I tried my best. So there's that.
And someone's asking if there is a way to order that book. Oh,
Yes.
and can you order it signed?
There's a 31G has a web store where you can order it on 31G.com, but I don't do it, so I don't have them like I don't
sign. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if someone wants to hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or something, and just we'll sort it out. I can sign something and send it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Is the interview / altercation with Extreme Elvis in the book?
No. I don't think so. That dude's rad. I wish he was still doing that. Yeah, I wish it was. We did another thing too, where he introduced us at a show we played at Gilman Street, and he had a diaper on, and he took it off, and it like had shit in it, and he threw it in the crowd. But this shit, it was actually chocolate. But either way, it was fucking gross.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
He was a really good performer. I really respected him. It was funny because when we did that first interview on the Burn My Eye DVD, the interview happened, and I was like, "This guy's a motherfucker," and like Joey peed on him and all this shit. Like it was pretty like aggressive and pretty fucked up. And then as soon as we left the room, he was like switched onto like regular person and was like, "That was a great performance." I was like, "What the fuck, man? I thought you were a total piece of shit." He's like, "No," like he was on the level.
Yeah. And someone's wants to know about do you think you will ever do something with Jose again?
We talk about it every now and then, but he doesn't. I don't think he plays drums. So like when we did the last time we played together was we were doing this thing called Blue Note, which was Swing Kids. It was a little hard because I felt like he was not as he wasn't like as rehearsed as it would have as I would have or we all would have preferred, So it was like kind of hard because I don't think he knew the material that well and stuff, and I don't think he plays much, or I don't know what is. Yeah, I don't think he plays like he used to. So that's an issue, or that's really hard to deal with. But I love him to death. I think he's a fantastic drummer, and he's such a crazy dude. Like I really do like. I mean, he's one of my brothers. I think I would always be down to do something with him. It's just I don't know if it would ever happen because he's he doesn't drum, he doesn't tour. And stuff.
That kind of makes it hard.
Yeah,
that's something. Yeah, he has to get back into it. There's a few questions about like the possibility of what the Locust would sound like playing live acoustically. It wouldn't work, would it?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
what would that mean? Like Joey'd play a piano and like we'd have no effects. Like it would be
Yeah.
kind of stupid, I think. And then like, you know, like what do you want? A bunch of dudes yelling? Like I don't know. Like there needs to be amplification. I don't think it's not the kind of thing you can do acoustically. You can't make it like cute and soft. That's just not
It's
how.
not the way that it's the tone.
It's just it's like not feasible. It's like trying to go to outer space without a helmet on, you know?
Yeah. And as a growing up in the scene, how did you feel about the kids from Swindle?
We used to hate each other, but I love them now. I think they're fucking rad. I mean, we all had bad attitudes. I think it was just like, you know, and I never really liked that kind of music, but after we got over the initial stupid thing, like I think those dudes are rad, and I'm still friends with them. I love them. I think they're really, really, really cool people. So except for one guy, he was a shithead. But
I love them. There's always one shithead in
there's one guy he was a fucking turd. He knows it too. I told him to his face. I was like, "You're a fucking turd." But everybody else I love. So yeah.
I think that's like a thing though. Like that's quite common in hardcore. I like when I was really heavy into hardcore, it's like there would be like bands that you would like really like, but like there'd always be at least 1 to 2 fucking shitheads that were in it.
I've been that shithead, and some I'm sure I have. I'm sure.
That's what I mean. Like everyone, when like everyone was younger and like playing in hardcore bands, there was like more ego, bravado type shit going on, like with the masculine sort of shit. And that's where that whole turd thing, I think, comes from. What is the story behind Hank?
That's a Bobby Bray thing. So, I mean, it's just a character he made up for the Holy Molar DVD. So, yeah.
There's so many. They come in. Have you got any good crash worship stories?
Yeah, I've seen them a bunch, and they scared the shit out of me. I mean, well, they didn't scare the shit out of me. The audience did. So I would like kind of hang out on the side or whatever, and like there's like, you know, the nudity and the people like with the blood and but one of the craziest times was I saw them at this, I don't know, it was like in the desert somewhere, and they had this big thing of fruit, and they were like throwing it at people, and then everyone was like eating it, and it was like, I guess it was like dipped in LSD, so everyone was like tripping balls, and I was like, and I never did LSD. I was like, what the fuck is going on, you know?
Yeah.
So it was kind of a trip to make it more of like a spectacle, because it's pre-rave, so it was like almost like real, like legit rave shit before rave was a thing, you know, but with like actual musicians and stuff. So, but they played on the Struggle LP. The ADRB drum corps was the 4 main drummers in Crash Worship, and they played on the Struggle record because Jose was working with them when Crash Worship disbanded. He was doing some stuff. So yeah, Crash Worship.
Yeah. And there's a question here about San Diego, and it's if you could live in another city other than San Diego, where would it be and why?
I don't know. That's interesting. At one point, I was gonna move to San Francisco or to Oakland, and then never did that. And then at one point, the Locust like said, if we were gonna move, where would it be? And I was like, you know, Berlin. I like Berlin, but like, I don't know. I don't think I would ever move from here.
Yeah, San Diego's too fucking nice.
I mean, it's nice, but it's you know, it's also like really conservative and totally institutionally racist, and there's a lot of fucked up shit, you know, and like the fact that it's a tourist city is like a kind of a bummer sometimes. So yeah.
I guess I was kind of lucky that the times that I've gone there, I haven't done touristy shit. I've been staying like with friends and local kind of shit. So I guess that's why I like it more, because you know when you go and do touristy stuff, it's a whole different concept, no matter where you go. You know? Yeah,
but I mean, like living here and like having it be set up for tourism is an interesting thing for the people that live here. So
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
a criticism that I guess I have, but it is what makes up San Diego, and I see why tourism is a big thing here. It makes sense. I don't have to like it, but
Mm.
it is what it is. So
Yeah. I mean, my whole country is set up for tourism. So it's like you can't avoid it. It's like every single state is like a tour, travel cities. And then someone did ask about what it is like to work with Patton, but I think you've kind of touched on that already.
it's
Um,
actually like easier than I thought it would be. I thought it would be difficult. I don't know why,
I think a
but
lot of people think that. Like I always used to think, oh, he's probably really difficult to work with.
he's fucking cool as hell. I love him, and I feel like he respects me in like this insanely like intense way. I don't know. It's weird. It's super weird. But I love the guy, and he's totally down to earth. I mean, whatever. He's hard to work with sometimes, but like just for like administrative kind of shit, you know, like he doesn't
Yeah,
want to do
yeah,
this or doesn't want to do that. But it's like as far as like musicianship and writing and like being open to like doing creative stuff or whatever, like he's super chill about everything. He's rad.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Someone's mentioning Locust was in the Baker 2G video,
Yes.
and they're asking if you're friends with Jimmy Greco and Andrew Reynolds and the
So,
Piss Drunk guys.
um, Jim, sort of. So it's weird because I'm super psyched that they just used our music in it, but like they did we did someone everyone's like, hey, the Locust is in this video, you know, and so I got to like, what the fuck? What are you guys talking about? So I had to like go buy it, you know, and I was
Yeah,
like, damn, that's crazy. Like I would have liked a free copy or whatever, but like, but then I watched it and I was like, dude, Jim's rad. Like he's like gnarly. He's like a gnarly punk dude skating, and I
yeah,
was
he
like,
is.
you
Yeah,
know, I was like psyched on it, and it was cool, and it like did a lot of it really did help the Locust as far as like um, you know kind of connecting to like the skate community, and it was I'm glad it happened. And then later on, like when RETOX was recording in LA, we ran into him, and you know he would like we'd talk to him about shit every now and then also too like some of the people that Planet E's worked with has ties to like the start of Baker, and like it's a small world. So yeah, I'm
yeah, and
glad
the
that
the
we were in
Baker
that.
like group is like, you've got now I've lost it. But yeah, that whole crew just like is intertwined.
Sure, I mean it's like it's most things like punk are, you know, and like if you want to take like the rock aspect out of punk rock and just have punk, I think like skateboarding is punk. So like it is
Mm.
part of this. It's all part of one big weird subculture, you know, and so I think like as much as I would say it's a big weird subculture, it's also like very small in a sense because like you know Jim Greco is directly linked to the Locust without even trying, you know, and like
Trying, yeah.
it's like it's crazy, and it's almost like it was an inevitable thing, you know, and it's like I don't know, like a good example with skateboarding is like um, when I was filming in Incompresso in Italy, there was a part in the film where I'm supposed to spray paint on the wall, and we were trying to figure out what to put on the wall, and I really liked the band Septic Death, and it was part
Mm.
of the like that era of when the film was supposed to be from. So I spray paint Septic Death because of the band Septic Death, and I don't know how it happened. Like the movie came out or a clip came out or something, and the drummer for Septic Death messaged me on social media and was like, "I saw that. That was super rad." And I was like, "Dude, like your band was really influential to me, man. Like, and you know, and
Yeah.
fucking that's cool as hell. Like, it's weird how everything kind of comes full circle, you know." And then like I went on tour with RETOX or Headwind City or something, and I hung out with them, you know, and it was a trip to like sort of like have that happen, you know. Like it's really easy, you know. It wasn't like you know, going and meeting like I don't know, fucking I don't know, whoever, you know, David
Yeah, yeah.
Bowie, like you know, like or someone, you know, like
Yeah.
or like you know, fucking I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone like someone that's unattainable, you know, like
Yeah, yeah.
it was like really easy. So
A lot. Yeah, yeah. What else we got? Um, talking about Springer. Oh, Dolan. Yeah, Dustin Dolan. He's cool. what are your biggest challenges, do you think, or what have been the hardest regions for you as a vegetarian, like when you tour?
No, nothing. It's not that hard. I mean, it used to
It's
be kind
harder
of
for
weird.
vegan, isn't it?
No, I mean, you just have to know what to do. So, I mean, when I was 15, it was like unheard of, but you just spend a lot of time like going to, eating at grocery stores or something, or like, like, and also too, like thinking back in retrospect, it's kind of cool because it cuts out a lot of like fast food places. So like you end up eating
Yeah,
like better and also healthier and cheaper and stuff. But now it's fucking simple. There's no reason why anyone shouldn't be able to do that on tour. You can go anywhere and get, vegan food. So
decent stuff. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, Australia is like kind of become like a massive vegan vegetarian like mecca in that sense. It's like
There was a couple times that was a little rough when I was with the Bloody Beetroots, but I don't know.
now it's like completely it'd be totally different now if you came. This
Yeah.
is like there's so much they even have like we even have like a vegan like chain restaurant, like the
Oh
chain.
yeah.
It's like a full on burger place and has all this crazy stuff, but the whole thing is vegan, and that's where like, people always go. But yeah, there's so much happening in that. Speaking of septic death, have you ever met Pushhead?
No, we've talked a little bit online and then or like through email and then no, I would like to, but yeah.
Yeah,
I DJ'd a thing with the guitar player for Septic Death, and then again I met the drummer once, but never with Pusshead.
yeah. And then we've got, how did you come upon doing a voice in Uncle Grandpa? Yes, Lord of the Fries. Correct.
The Manx, they're the ones that hooked that up. So the band The Manx are responsible for Uncle Grandpa, and so like I just met him at a show, and then we became friends, and then they asked me to go and be this character, and so I did that, and now Tommy from the Manx is in Def Club, and I don't know, and I sang on a Manx song, so yeah, like it's just another one of those things. It's like not that like. I mean, Uncle Grandpa also had the Melvins on it, so it's like it's one of
Yeah,
those things where it's like not out of the realm of punk or whatever.
yeah. And then we've got someone's asking, given the global like political landscape at the moment, do you feel like you have a lot to convey in your music? Has that always been like a democratic process in bands? Like, I guess,
I don't understand the democratic process part. I mean,
I guess it means like if everyone's got the same political views, like how do you, like if you want something political in there, like
yeah.
and do you, and the other band members are like, I don't want politics in the music or, whatever. I guess that's what he's sort of saying.
I mean, I've luckily never really had like issues with that kind of stuff. I mean, for the most part, everybody's on the level, and it's like, it just seems like a no-brainer, or like the kind of shit that everybody dives into as far as like the sort of lyrical topics or like our agenda as a functioning band or something. It's not like there's never an issue. Never one's like no one's ever said like, there's fans have said like you guys suck, keep politics out of music, like specifically
Yeah,
with Dead Cross, and you're like, well,
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
you, because we're doing this for ourselves. But also like
yeah,
politics have always been in music like from day one, so I don't know what people are talking about.
yeah.
um
Especially punk, I think, like punk particularly, like there's always been a part that's been about like authority and politics and
sure.
that kind of thing. Did anyone like I guess has anyone from actually from why have I got a brain fart at the moment? Um, for Rise Above, has anyone like from the band actually said anything about it, about the
I
cover?
think, well, Patton's friends with Rollins, and I think he just like,
That's what I was
I
gonna
think
say.
that was maybe it. But I don't know. I
Because
mean, I heard that Greg Ginn's a total dick, and so like he owns
yeah,
the rights to it. So I think that's why we just put out the video on YouTube and like didn't have it be like a
didn't do a
real
thing.
release.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's
yeah,
no money to be made off of it. It's just we just kind of wanted to
it's
make a
fun.
statement about
Yeah,
where we're at right now,
yeah,
socially, politically.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it'd probably be something Rollins related because I know I've heard Rollins talk about it like a lot about the issues. Yeah, with all the
Yeah, I mean, he's
trying to do
cool.
anything.
Yeah, I met him a few times, and he's awesome, and he's definitely on the level. But I don't know Greg Ginn. I guess he's completely not on the level. So there's
Yeah, I think some of them are in, like, I mean, Rollins has kind of got that thing where he's doing lots of things and projects, and I guess maybe that someone like Greg is not doing stuff. So he wants
yeah,
a bit more of it's more of a financial survival thing, I guess, maybe
sure,
for him.
sure,
But whereas
maybe.
for the others, it's more of an music art thing rather than yeah. But yeah, I had the opportunity to meet Rollins once, and I almost died of a heart attack because I'm
It's
like a
funny. There
huge
was
fan. But
the first time I met him, he came to a Locust show, and he was with Guy from Fugazi, and it was the
yeah,
craziest thing because I was talking with both of them, so it was me and Henry and Guy, and everybody kept coming up and freaking out on Henry, and nobody knew who Guy was, and it was hilarious because like I mean that's Guy's the dude, like I mean
yeah,
fucking that's the man. So it was so funny because to like look at Guy and have him kind of be like, like smirking or laughing or whatever.
yeah.
And like you could see Henry was getting punished. So it was
Oh,
like,
pun yeah,
it was pretty funny. It's a pretty funny, it was really surreal, but it was totally funny to be in that circumstance.
yeah. Well, because I get Rollins is so identifiable, so it's like
Yeah.
fuck. As soon
But I
as
mean,
he
how do you not recognize Guy? Come on. Like that guy is fucking so
it's
rad.
weird how people do that. I guess
Yeah.
yeah. It's like they'll realize it later, and then
Yeah.
be like fuck, didn't
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like they're all too busy. Like I remember when I met Rollins, like yeah, he doesn't have anyone like come backstage or like doesn't really like punches coming around. So, he has a very like, it's like, okay, we'll go out the back door and run, like get transport and go. Because yeah, he gets punished hardcore a lot.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah.
I feel
And
bad for him.
I was like, when I wanted to meet him, I was really like conscious of that. And I was like, I don't want to be a punisher. Like, so could you like speak to him first and, explain it and stuff? And yeah. And then he was like, yeah, totally. And then we just, yeah, geeked out about books
Yeah.
and publishing because he's got his own 613 publishing. So yeah, so we just went all nerdy. So it was
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, we've already talked about a Locust album. Um, I don't know who this person's talking about. Oh, Greg Ginn. Any more Crimson Curse work to be made?
No, I mean for some reason like a couple of the people in the band were like, let's play again, and I'm like, all right, like you guys figure it out and I'll do it again, and then nothing happened. So
Yeah. And then Gabe, they're talking about Gabe being an amazing drummer. And would you ever play with Cody from Murder City / Big Business?
oh, I love him.
Mm.
Fuck yes, I would totally play with him. It's funny because he reminds me a lot of Gabe, drumming wise. But my favorite Melvin stuff is when he was playing, alongside Dale Crover. That was like the raddest shit. So like, yes, to Cody.
Yeah. It's quite is the Locust or any other 31G bands going to Arcangent Festival in 2021?
The what festival?
It's
Oh, the
Arcagent.
Archangel. Yes. So
Sorry, Australians pronounce everything the wrong way.
it's okay. Yeah, we're supposed to play it again, like I guess just a year later. So they're talking about it. So we'll see. I hope. I mean, I was really looking forward to being there in August. So yeah, 2021 apparently.
2021, yeah. And of course, best Californian burrito in San Diego.
I
That's
mean,
an important question.
Pokies and my jam is Ranchos. I love that place too. But there's a secret place. Well, it's not secret, but a lot of people don't know about it. But there's this place called Panchitas. It's like a bakery, but they have a Panchitas kitchen now that has like a pretty ripping vegan burrito. So if you come to San Diego, Panchitas. But Pokies is like the jam, and Ranchos is my jam. There's a lot of places to go.
Yeah, I used to go to like this little stand that was like it was in like like right near like a laundromat type thing. And it was just like one of those tiny little,
That's every
square
corner.
stands.
That's
Yeah.
every single corner. Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, I used to go there constantly. Breakfast burrito, dinner
Yeah.
burrito.
Yeah.
Like, because we don't have any proper Mexican food over here, obviously.
Yeah.
We just have
That is one
crappy.
thing that we all miss on tour. Like, we're just like, where the fuck is the Mexican food? It's a bummer, you know. But
Yeah.
wait, someone asked about Captain, so hold on one second.
Yeah.
This is my dog Captain. He was asleep.
I'm loving all these dog cameos.
He's so cool. Yeah, he sleeps like right by my desk here when I'm up here in my office.
How old is he?
He's 4.
Oh, what a
Yeah,
cute
I'm
egg.
gonna let him go back to sleep though. I think he's
yeah, he's a sleepy ass.
Yeah. You alright, buddy?
What kind of dog is that?
He's a Cocker Spaniel.
Cocker Spaniel, yeah. Got the little droopy ears.
Yeah.
Have you been able to see Chris's newer band, Naked Lights?
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, RETOX played with them, but they're awesome, and they send me their, records whenever stuff. But like, I would love to do some with them, but I think they might have broke up or something. But they're awesome. Yeah, I saw them play in San Diego and in TJ. I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. RETOX, we've already talked about that. They've been done. How did you come to work with Pittsburgh's Microwaves?
How did what?
How did you come to work with Pittsburgh's Microwaves?
Oh, Microwaves. I mean, we just met those guys, I think, like just being on tour and stuff. John has been like a friend of mine for, I don't know. We were just friends. And then, then he was like, hey, you want to put out this record? And I was like, yeah. And then that was that, but yeah, it's like one of those things that just, I don't know. We just knew each other from shows and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Do you think there'll be any more work with Headwind?
That's a question for everybody else in the band, not me.
Yeah.
I think like it's probably for everybody else in the band but me and Nick, because I think Nick is always wants to like just do hardcore shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm down whenever they want to do it. So, but I feel like everybody's doing shit. They've moved on or something,
Yeah, yeah. Nick's awesome. I've met Nick quite a few times, like
yeah.
with years. The puppy is spoiled. Q Pasta Power, yes, Trippy Tacos does still exist in Melbourne. The person who asked about Captain was Bobby/Bombay.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Jonathan Brown, we met a long time ago and used to hang out. I had a house of Oopers. I used to be at the Locust house a lot, and Lloyd Kaufman introduced us later.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, this is this is an interesting one. What do you think of Rafa's group, Prayers?
Oh, I think they're cool. I mean, I guess they played with RETOX once, and they had this dude with machetes on stage. I thought it was pretty wild shit. But, I mean, it's pretty weird stuff. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Like I think, I was one of the first people that did an interview when Prayers first started with Rafa.
Yeah,
I went like crazy.
Yeah,
because everyone was obsessed with like his look, and the nails, and all that jazz.
I mean, I've known the guy for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And I see him occasionally. It's funny. I see him at like every time I'm in LA, like recording or something. I'll see him at the freaking grocery store. It's always like one of these two grocery stores that we both go to. Clearly, I guess. Yeah.
That's funny. And what is the weirdest place you've ever stayed on tour? Like going back in the day, or any?
I slept in a sleeping bag outside of a barn and woke up covered in ants. That was when I was 15 and with struggle. I don't know. I mean, I've slept like in some weird places. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird question.
Have you ever had like what have you ever had like, I love hearing these stories, like when there's like a monumental fuck up. Like, have you ever had like one of those like things where there's a show or, a tour where everything just goes fucking
Yeah, about the last 30 years of my life. That shit happens all the time. Like once a week, there's just like, what the fuck just happened, So yes.
Yeah, I love those. And whenever I'm like I remember I saw someone and they just like flat stick forgot the lyrics for one song, like, and had to start like 3 times, and it was
that's
like
nothing. I'm thinking of like, oh, we almost died, and like this fucking crazy.
See, that's what I want to. That's what I want to hear. Like that.
Yeah,
I love those like things.
Like, who gives a shit if you forget your lyrics? Like,
yeah, you just laugh. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean it's easier for me.
At least once.
Sure. I mean, the whole time I was with Bloody Beetroots, I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to be singing. Like half the time, I don't
know. Did you record RETOX, biological process, in one take?
No, and there's no fucking way. Yeah, there's no way.
It seems like the craziest shit you've done, and you nail it live.
Thanks, but yeah, there's no way I could do that. I mean, I could do it live, obviously through one take, but like to make it sound really good, we did it, and I think probably in line, like I can't really remember, but we probably did it in like a couple lines, and then would punch me in the next couple or whatever. But it was pretty fast, and it was weird too writing to it because like it's like, oh, I'm gonna sing like in this syllable, like it's like it was fucked up. But I'm super psyched on how it turned out, and I'm into that kind of shit. I'm into like trying to do something absurd, and that seemed pretty absurd. So yeah, but no, that's the thing is, like in the studio, it's supposed to come out like sounding good. So no, like on a live setting, it can be kind of fucked up because there's different elements, like the energy of the performance or something. So that can make up for the fact that like I'm out of breath or I skipped a syllable or something like that.
Yeah.
But thanks to whoever to that person for noticing that, because that's a pretty rad one.
Shawnee. And then I'm getting other questions in my other inbox as well, so I'm just checking as well. And there's another one. Any plans for LOCUST to tour and go to Richmond, VA?
Just I don't know. I mean, fuck, we can't play anywhere, so.
Yeah, like, do you just do? I've always found it weird, like with American tours, like, because you can just get one of those buses, can't you, and just, or a van.
I toured a van. Yeah, I toured a van, and we drive it. And when you leave one coast to the other, it's pretty shitty in between the two coasts. There's little spots here and there, but it's a lot. So
yeah, so you can do like an East Coast tour or something, and then.
Yeah, coastal tours are a lot easier than doing the entire U.S. But it is what it is. But yeah, you get in a van and you go, and you go. It's a lot of driving.
Yeah. And do you break down or get shit stolen? Because I see that's like
totally.
Constant.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yep.
And we've got any funny stories from the XBXRX / Holy Molar tour?
I mean, most of it's in that Holy Molar DVD, but this band Death Bread did the tour, was supposed to do the tour with us. It's Don Bowles, and it was like Alice Cooper's illegitimate son is in the band, and
right.
we played San Diego with them, and then we went to Phoenix and played Phoenix with them, and then they partied that night, and the guitar player Deathy died, so they didn't do the tour after that. Ironically, Deathy died. So yeah, that's a crazy story. It's also totally crazy hanging out with Don Bowles. So.
And Conan wants to know: do you name your tour vans?
Sort of. I mean, the van that currently is still functioning is called the Beast, and it probably should be because that thing, we got it in 2003. It's been all around the place for the LOCUST. I think some girls definitely RETOX a shitload of times. All other fucking who, I don't know. Everybody's used it. We've rented it out. Yeah, so that van still works. We've had these other vans that were like, we never like put oil in them, or they had like, we bought one from like this police auction that had these like spikes in the ceiling, and if we would have flipped, we would all got impaled by the fucking spikes in the ceiling. Like spikes from like a, like, you know, like when you're in a police van and you're arrested and there's like the gate that like holds you.
Yeah, that holds you.
So there's like that kind of shit. They cut it out and there were still spikes. Anyhow, that one didn't have a name, but it was a death trap. Yeah.
So you just call it the death machine.
Yeah.
There's can you talk about what the story behind the guys, you guys getting arrested on the Dead Cross tour?
I don't know what to talk about. They just got pulled over by the pigs, and they planted a gun in Mike Crane's bag, and they planted cocaine in my bag, and I still haven't done cocaine yet. So it was weird. And Mike Crane shit blood. He was like really fucking stressed out and shit blood.
I can imagine, yeah.
But
so
yeah, they
pulled you over and then like did like a search or something and then dumped shit in there.
Yes. Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah.
Someone was talking about Quintron on here. I want to talk about Quintron.
Yeah, where was that?
I don't know where it went.
They just like zoom. They're really hard. About Quintron. Let's see.
It's fine. It's gone.
It's gone. It'll come back. Something to do with Quintron. If you ask that question, just write it again.
Someone said F pigs. That's cool. Like, I'm down for that. I don't. Not a fan of them. So yeah.
How great is Quintron?
Oh, Quintron. Yeah. That's funny how they wrote Quitron. He's amazing. I love that guy. I think he's brilliant. I think touring with him is also brilliant. So I don't know. You can't fuck around with that. He's like one of the best.
Where's that other one? Oh, have you got any more voiceover work?
No, but I would like some. So if anybody out there knows hair polish, if anybody else knows what it needs a cartoon voice, like I'm right here. I totally love doing that shit. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, there was a lot of comments earlier. I don't know if you saw them. There was a lot of comments about your teeth being perfect.
They're kind of fucked up right here. See how it's like chipped?
Yeah.
I grind them. I grind them and I also
yeah.
shove a microphone in there. But yeah, they're all still there. Some are rotten.
They're very straight. I think that's
from grinding them like this, and I'm in my sleep.
Oh no, you want yeah.
Someone was talking about design work. The guy that does a lot of my design work, Brandon McMinn, he's awesome. He's like 31G's dude. The coolest thing he did recently is the Def Club 7-inch. If anybody has that or can check it out, like the actual like printing on it is just absurd. So yeah.
Yeah. Books in the works. We already sort of talked. We've covered that.
Yeah.
And no time. JJ Villard Fairy Tales. Cartoons, adult swim.
Someone asked about my hair polish, which is pomade, but I'm not going to talk about it because they won't sponsor me, so I'm not even going to.
Well, don't mention it then. Fuck them. I'm not going to give you free pomade.
I have to buy that shit. If they were giving it to me free, I would fucking talk about it. But
no. Oh yeah, Icarus Line Must Die. The movie.
Yeah, Joe asked us to be in his film, and we did that. That was cool. It was fun. No, like it was like totally legit. I mean, we played like in the film, but like the dialogue was like just us hanging out. So
it was just non-scripted, just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember what was it? The Icarus Line came. There's this amazing story, maybe, about Icarus Line touring with, I think it was The Used, and the Icarus Line pissed in their drinks.
Probably
backstage.
Yeah.
They had like a massive hate.
I think a
So
lot of people have had that with them because at one point they stole a keyboard from LeShock and which actually was Joey from the Locust keyboard and got caught, and then they beat the shit out of them. So
yeah,
yeah,
they seem to do, like they don't get along with many bands,
yeah,
it
yeah.
seems. Yeah, and I remember that story. Yeah, Chris Line pissing in all bedrooms. Um,
No, there's
Dead
no
Club.
Morrissey shit. Fuck that guy. Seriously.
Can't imagine. Yeah, no. Dead Club full length. Yeah, we sort of talked about that.
Thanks to that person that just said that.
Nigel DeGrazia.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Just check if there's anything coming through on my end. No. Yeah, Morrissey bums me out because I'm a huge Smiths fan and I do like some Morrissey solo stuff, but fuck, can he shut up
Yeah.
and never
I feel
open his
bad
mouth?
for I feel bad for Rob Moran. That guy's got like a gigantic Morrissey tattoo, and it's like, fuck, man, that sucks. Like,
Yeah, you've got it and you're stuck with it. It's the thing, like it's such a like shouldn't get band tattoos are like really hard because like you just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
yeah.
And Morrissey's a perfect example. How do you feel about the film This Is Going to Blow? And did you feel it represents SD well in that era?
I really like the film a lot, and I like the director, and I like everybody that's in it. My criticism of the film is that like they just briefly talk about Gravity Records and then they move on, and I think that like as much it kind of focuses on like the sort of John Reese realm, or like I guess the older crowd, like maybe I don't know how, like 5 years older than us or something. It kind of focuses on that, but I think like if you think of San Diego, to me it's like Drive Like Jehu, you know, or John Reese and like Gravity Records, and they kind of just didn't really give Gravity Records enough attention. And they could do like their own film on just Gravity. So it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Someone asked about Steel Pole Bathtub. I love that band.
Yes.
When I was a little kid, I got into them through Boner Records because of the Melvins, and was super psyched on it. And I didn't really know what I was even listening to half the time. Like I guess they were really into like tape loops and stuff, and it was cool to like hear like their strange shit that they were doing without really knowing what it was. So yeah, Steel Pole Bathtub's awesome.
Yeah. We're getting we're getting a warning that we've only got a minute.
Okay. 30. I should probably cut out. It's been a while.
It's been a while, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So I think someone wanted to know if about female musicians. So if there's any female musicians that you like or follow or
sure. I mean,
collaborate with.
Unfortunately, I wish there was more female musicians on Through NG, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like Planet B just covered an MIA song. I think she's brilliant, you know. And what else? There's that film Parallel Planes just came out, and there's Jenny from Erase Errata and Valentine from Get Hustle. Like, you know, there's so many amazing female artists. So and the drummer for Silence, one of the coolest drummers ever. She rips super hard. Yeah, I don't know. Crow Jane, who I mentioned earlier from Prissy Whip, she's awesome. So yeah.
Loads, yeah. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Well, thanks again, like, for coming on. It's been awesome. And
thank you.
And answering like a shit ton of questions. Bizarre and you know, normal. Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. Everyone, this will go on my feed permanently. And I'll also upload to YouTube as well. Cool. So that people who've missed it and can